Hello, my name's Kirk. I'm talking to you today about Democrats and double standards. It's an old joke that I think is entirely appropriate. If Democrats didn't have double standards, they have no standards at all. And let me give you the basis for that joke. The basis for the joke is that Democrats talk about how they want to see African Americans in positions of high authority, talk about wanting to see more diversity in government, and etc. Talk about they want to see women in high positions of authority, etc. But should a woman become in a position of high level authority, should a black become a leader in a major part of the government, should a woman become governors and etc., they're hated by the Democrats if they are not Democrats. See, the key here is, for the Democrats, it really isn't really that they want to see women in places of power. They don't really want to see blacks in places of power. They're really not about diversity. What they're really about is Democrat ideology, big government spending, and socialism. In fact, I honestly believe if the Democrats had changed their name to the Socialist Party, they probably wouldn't lose too many of their membership. This is the reason why, if an individual happens to be black and becomes a Republican and gains a position of authority, they are demonized by the Democrat Party. The black base within the Democrat Party treats them like an Uncle Tom, and so on and so forth. You've seen the treatment of Condoleezza Rice, where they even made cartoons of her in liberal media presses, or quote mainstream media presses, in which she was depicted as a monkey. If a Republican did that to a Democrat or Michelle Obama, there would be hell to pay. But since this is a Republican and they're black, they're traitors and must be treated as if they're some kind of evil. Same thing with being a woman. They're attacking Sarah Palin. Why? They hate her. They just instinctively hate her. Why? Because she is a woman Republican. That is why they hate her. It has nothing to do with them wanting this woman in office. Any woman in office doesn't count. It has to be a Democrat in office. Any other woman is a traitor. Okay? Same thing with Hispanics. Okay? Same things with Jews. Same thing with any other groups that the Democrats claim to own. It's kind of like a plantation mentality. It's almost like the Democrat Party has its slaves. Its slave classes, the blacks, the women, the Hispanics, and they're going to vote for the Democrats. And if any of those members of that community find success without the aid and dogma of the Democrat Party, they are traitors. They are to be hated and belittled and mistreated. Let me give you some examples. The most diverse presidential cabinet, racially and genderly, was Bush Jr.'s cabinet. President Bush's cabinet. The one that they hate the most. Do they talk about compliment him on his diversity? Nope. They won't mention it, or they'll belittle it. But they will never compliment it. Even though it's quite an achievement. Condoleezza Rice, the highest level that a black woman has ever been in the United States. Highest government position they've ever acquired in the United States. In the Bush administration. Did they treat her with praise as a symbol for what a young African American woman can become? Nope. They hated her. They despised her. They belittled her and insulted her, and even that, they very much racially bigoted towards her. In Maryland, we had a governor race. The Republican, Michael Steele, a black gentleman. A Democrat, white man. The Democrats threw oil cookies at the black guy. The Democrats made racially charged remarks against the black guy, and they ultimately voted against him. Why? Because he was black and a Republican. Therefore, he was to be hated and despised and mistreated. Clarence Thomas, the first black Supreme Court Justice. Do you ever hear anyone on the Democrat Party praise the achievement of Clarence Thomas being the first black Supreme Court justice? Nope. Why? This is conservative. This is a constitutional justice. Therefore, he is to be hated. He is to be despised. He is to be mistreated and misnamed, to be demeaned. Even the great and mighty Barack Obama said, oh, he's the worst justice. Is he a racist? Is Obama a racist against blacks? Now, if I said that Obama was the worst possible candidate, which I actually in some ways think, would you call me a racist? The Democrats are preparing to say that. They're preparing to say if Obama loses, it's only his race. That's the only reason why he could possibly lose, because he's so superior to what McCain is. He's like God on earth. But the thing is, he isn't. He's just a man. You know? And while the media is working for him, and he may very well win, he is still just a man. And while he may try to claim the things he hasn't done or has done, he is just a man who just happens to be black. And he will use race as a way to protect and insulate himself. And for those blacks who are not a member of the Democrat Party, they will use race as a means of attack. So when the Republicans point to Democrats as hypocrites and liars, in truth they are indeed liars. Because they say this is what they believe, but the truth of the matter is it really isn't about your skin color or your gender. It's whether you're a Democrat and a liberal. That's the first and foremost rule of the Democrat Party. You have to be those two things first. And if you're not, then if you're black or a woman, Hispanic or whatever, you are now a traitor to your people, because only the liberal Democrats care about you. And they will tear you down and destroy you because only they care about you. It's kind of like an abusive relationship. And in some ways, I guess, some people like to stay in those abusive relationships. I personally like free thinkers, and I like to see people actually spend some more time thinking more on their own than depending on the party. Thank you very much. Have yourself a very nice day. God bless.